Previously, we completed the joists of our deck, and now we're diving into the final step, installing all of our deck boards.
It feels a little overwhelming.
And naturally, there's always that one stubborn piece that slows everything down.
That's not going to happen because this post took a million years.
But even with the hurdles, we're getting closer to wrapping up this project.
We are getting so close to finishing this deck.
Follow along as we take this house build to the next level. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of the build.
Is there a reason you have two pairs of glasses on?
I brought one out for you.
I was wondering if you just didn't know.
We are back to our massive deck build. Last you saw us, we were putting up all of the joists for our deck, and we have that complete now. So it's time to tie it all together by putting on this end piece on these joists that come out at the angle. We'll get those on first thing today. And then the next thing we're working on the deck is getting the deck boards on and getting the posts for our railing.
It looks like we should be at like 151. And then we're going to rotate it.
I have the high side down right now.
I know, I think I want the high side to be up. Okay. Do you remember what our measurement was?
It was 151. There's me not on the mark. Yeah, I'm about a ½ inch past the mark.
I think we should probably just cut it back to...
Okay.
Do you think 150, just 151, or
Well,
just take a ½ inch off where we are?
I think a ½ inch off where we are. Girls, go, go, go.
And then I think...
Oh, we're on it.
We'll go 150 and 5/8. Okay. You think I can walk on it?
Yeah?
Seems sturdy. All right, I think we should get the other side done, and then we should go eat some lunch.
Yeah. I like that lunch part.
We're on to extending our deck boards, right?
Yeah, we have one little piece of fascia we need to put on over there, but I'm kind of like,
Okay.
Part of your mountain training.
super secure.
It should be. Got all our structural screws in.
Mm-hmm.
Put one more over here somewhere.
It looks good. I'm glad we hung it over a little bit. Now no one will even know there was a deck extension.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have a little stair step going on here, but
Yeah, but
man, our deck's gonna look funny for the first couple of years.
It really is. It's gonna have a lot of color variation.
If I could just come in and be the screwer, that would be my jam.
That's what he said. I did all the hard work.
It's gonna be pretty awesome.
It is. Ugh.
We finally have some good weather back that we can work on this deck. Yesterday we actually went out and we had to do some school shopping for our kids, and when we came back we were able to get about 5 more boards on this side of the deck, and we still have all of this left to do. So it feels a little overwhelming, but we have all day today. Weather is supposed to be nice, and we are gonna try to make a ton of headway. So Sarah is off getting some tools and getting everything prepped, and we are gonna go to town first on finishing this section on this side of the house, and then doing the same thing on that side of the house, and then we'll leave the center section for last. So we're gonna go get our tools ready, get busy.
All right, we were putting on our decking, we're making lots of progress, and then we remembered that we need to get our posts in before we put all the decking on, because we have to put on these deck and guardrail tension ties, and it's going to be a lot easier to put those in now when we can see the joists than having to go under the deck once they're all in and trying to put them in. So we're getting our first one done right now. Ryan just made a template, so it should make it easier as we do all the other posts along the front edge of this deck.
I don't want to do 9 of these.
Yeah.
Doing these posts, all these new code requirements to make everybody safe takes forever.
Just tell people to be careful.
I know. If you fall off this, you might like bonk a knee.
Ow, I'm hurt a little bit. No one's gonna die.
I twisted my ankle.
Like, we're not built over the ocean.
Spectre is coming.
I'm like, I don't want to put these. I'm gonna be like, I don't care about safe posts anymore.
Gotten a lot of footage of me just running into things today. Okay, we're all done with the post. We have it all set up. It's all secure the way it's supposed to be. And now we're back to decking boards. We do have one little piece that we need to put Boydle tape on. Beetle tape or Boydle tape, guys? Tell us below. And then we're gonna bust out these last 3 rows. We really thought we were gonna get this whole side done and the other whole side done today. That's not gonna happen because this post took a million years. But anyway, we're still chugging along. Makes it a little water repellent beetle.
All right, yesterday we got some nice weather like we told you, and we got a lot done on this deck. Unfortunately, it wasn't as much as we thought we were going to get done. This deck building always takes so much longer than we think, and yesterday we were able to finish up this whole side, and then from this last board you see here, the deck boards start running this way. So before we start running those deck boards, we're gonna complete the same layout that we did on this side over on that side, and then we'll just have this center area to complete with deck boards. We're supposed to have really great weather today, and we should have all day to work, so we're really hoping we can get that entire side done and maybe even start in on some deck boards in the middle here. But I have to tell you guys, I am loving the amount of size of this deck. It may be a little bit too big. Like, we kind of shot for the stars and extended this whole thing by 8 feet. But just standing on this one area where it's extended, it's going to be so nice to be able to have our full-size tables out here, our barbecue, a hot tub, a pergola. Opportunities are endless. So it feels really nice. We're really excited to have this done, and so we can start using it while there's a little bit of summer left. So we're gonna get to work, see if we can make some major progress, and we're gonna take you along for the ride. Okay, you want this one to be to this guy?
Yep. 125 and 116. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So I'll do 12 total, which is 4 of each if I have 3 of them.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Who will be faster? Me on the chop saw or you here cutting off these little ends?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm guessing I'll be faster, but I'm not sure.
I kind of think you will be.
You have the better tool.
I'll be like, I already have one piece on there ready to be cut.
All right, I'm gonna start breaking these down, and you get busy cutting wood, and we'll meet back here.
Can't wait.
Second board with our 60-degree angles are in. All right, so yesterday Sarah and I got out here and we were able to finish up this little small section that went out all the way to our 16. But now we're starting to get to the extension area in this angle that we're coming to. And we quickly realized that we had a 60-degree angle here. So 60-degree angles are always kind of tricky on the miter saw because you have to set up a jig and it's just kind of tricky to get the right cut, and it usually takes two people and it's scary. So we have two of these boards in here now, and I think everything is going to go pretty well. We've put up a reference line on a string line because we're a little bit afraid that when we get onto the other side that these two won't match up correctly. So we've got a reference line, so hopefully that'll prevent any catastrophes from happening. And our goal is to at least get to the string line today. And I think we can do it, but we're going to have to skip lunch, which sometimes makes Sarah angry. So, you know, you got to roll your dices.
I'm going to have to be taken out for like Mexican food or something.
Once the deck is complete, you get your Mexican. I think our next one will be like, low side will be like 41 and like 7/8.
Okay. It's like it's a crazy
I'm just
deck.
like, at this point, I'm like, I know our deck is going to look crazy, but I'd just rather just not buy new boards.
It's in the next cutting station. What are you wanting me to say?
I don't know, something witty, something funny, something that's going to make us get 1 million followers.
Follow me on OnlyFans. I think that's what gets you 1 million followers. I sell pictures of my feet. I don't.
Okay, do you remember what our measurement was supposed to be?
30, 41, and 7/8. Got my
7/8. I think that did good. Okay, so this took us up to 61 3/4. So I think 62.
I feel like there's already more room for activity.
How do you think it's going to look?
I think it's going to look okay. It's going to look weird while all the boards are bajillion different colors, but...
Yeah. Okay.
Could you just finish the house when I go to Tahoe?
You'd have to be gone for a lot longer.
okay. Okay, we have 7 boards down over on this side, but we're actually going to transition over to the other side so we can start checking the string line just to make sure we're fairly close on these two sides so that when it's finally time for everything to come together in one row, they actually line up. So we're moving everything over to the other side and we'll see how far we get. Our kids actually have their open house back to school night tonight, so we do have to stop at a certain time. And in all honesty, we both peter out around 5 p.m. anyway. So we'll get done as far as we can go, and it's starting to look pretty cool seeing the transition into this space. We are back to work on the deck. We're still doing our deck boards. So today we are hoping to make some major progress. It was actually our kids' first day of school, so we got them dropped off. We had to get a little bit of computer work done, and now we are ready to tackle this build uninterrupted. And we don't have to make sure our kids are following their summer schedule because they're off with teachers. So that should make this whole process just a little bit easier. It was really nice having them here because they were helping us with things like taping the joists, palm nailing all the different brackets in. But we're excited to get some uninterrupted work in so we can just get this thing finished out. Now, it is Wednesday right now. We are really hoping that we have deck boards completely done on this deck by the end of Friday. So we got to get to work and we'll take you guys along.
Oldest hand to run down this land where the ocean ends.
Maybe an inch. So we need to clear the point there.
Okay. Just put an inch gap right there between this board and the next one.
Yeah, that would do it.
It's fine. Or cut the notch.
I'll push you back towards the land. We're going down from love, and love is free. Stick with me and I will guarantee you'll never last alone the crowd with me. Everywhere you go, I'll be. Anywhere you go, I'll see. The crowd
Let's
with
do like 102 and 3/8.
the gun done for love. It's a pulse and shove. It's the sharpest cry. The here goes Bill White. Where the dust will lie. Far forever feeling lost.
Just have to notch out this center. I think
Nope.
it should go a little
And
faster
then we'll
now.
just be flying.
Yeah.
Going down from love, and love is free. Stick with me and I will guarantee you're never lost among the crowd with me. Never lost among the crowd with me. Everywhere you go, I'll be. Anywhere you go, I'll see. You're never lost alone the crowd with me.
Last you guys saw us, we were doing our deck boards until we ran out of materials, and we still don't have materials today to keep those going.
But they're coming today. But,
Yeah.
so while we're waiting on materials, we have our posts that we have to put up. I think we have 7 or 8 of them to do. And we're going to get those all put in place, get them attached, get the blocking put in. And our code requires all these like hold back
Yeah.
things that tie them into the joist behind it. So it makes putting in one post like a lot harder than it seems like it should be. But everything has to be built like a brick, like a Fort Knox these days.
Yeah, if anybody ever wants to take this deck down, they can't. But anyway, we're going to get to work on those posts, and our delivery with our wood should show up sometime today, and maybe we'll even get to some deck boards today. We'll see.
Maybe. All right, so Sarah and I got a couple more of these posts in, and then just as we were starting to work on another one at the front here, we got a delivery for our last deck boards that are needed to finish up our deck project. So we are going to shift gears, move away from doing the posts, and get the rest of these deck boards down, finish up the floor of this deck, and then we're going to shift gears again. Instead of finishing the deck, we are going to move to finishing the trim on these windows. And the reason is because we're moving into rainy season here, and I do not want to be up on a scaffolding when it's raining. So the plan is to get the decking down, then we can get the scaffolding up so we can finish the trim around these windows and get our soffit finished up here. And then we can move forward to just buttoning up all the finishing touches, which is the top handrails and all of our cable railing that's going to run around the entire perimeter of this deck. So we've got to make prioritizations around safety and just what work with the weather. And that means jumping around a little bit. So I'm going to jump down and get Sarah some measurements so we can start working on this deck. My turn. I think I need.
Yeah, it's hard cameraing. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, action. Beautiful.
Okay, now we need the measurement for the long one, and I'll get that.
180.5.
188.5. All right.
Which way? We are getting so close to finishing this deck. We have like 7 more boards to go, and we'll have all the deck boards down. And I think the only person more excited than me is Sarah.
That's right. I'm going to do so many things on this deck.
So much room for activities.
I'm going to run laps on this deck. A flat surface on our land. Outside.
For yoga retreats.
That's right. I don't do you.
Well, we might. We could.
This project has taken forever.
This project or this project?
Well, the whole house build has taken like
Forever.
forever. And it's gonna keep taking forever. But this project has taken forever.
Yeah.
This project, like, I feel like this is what normal people might take on. I'm like, I'm just gonna build a deck this summer, and they're like, well, I decided to build a real big one, you know?
Yeah.
And then they didn't finish it over the summer because it's a big project. But
And it's not, and we didn't even like build the whole deck.
Thank God.
We just built like the extension.
Yeah. No, the house project. That one, I really am like, we're never gonna finish it. We'll die, and there'll still be a piece of trim not done.
Probably. All right, we just got done cutting the angled pieces that butt up against our posts here, and we chose to cut those ones after we put the posts in because we wanted the working room to put the posts on when we had to put in those big through bolts and also those safety tie back anchors. And those, we thought we'd appreciate the working room from the top. Unfortunately, it made it more difficult cutting these boards. Now we're past these posts, and we can just finish up the rest of the deck and let our boards run wild and cut them at the end, and we'll be looking good.
We've gone as far as we can go on the deck boards before we need to put in the posts so we can have access to them to get those through bolts in. We're going to get that done now, and the kids have to be picked up from school in less than an hour, so fingers crossed that we can get both of these in before we need to go pick them up, and then we can finish up those last pieces, and the deck is basically done. Go.
A little ballerina kick, you know?
I was thinking Stuart from Mad TV. Look what I can do. Amazing. I think you could have done that on our old deck though, without the deck extension. Use the extension. Yes, this will be me in the morning.
Yeah.
I see that. I'll be running laps. You'll be like, are we on a cruise and we're on the deck where people can run laps? No, it's our deck.
All right, guys, we did it. We got to the end of putting down all of our deck boards for our expansion. Of course, we still have the rest of the posts to do and our railing to do. So it's not completely done, but just getting all of the framing and the deck boards down is a major accomplishment for us. And I have to be honest, there were times where I was regretting our decision to expand this deck because it just took us so much longer than it would have if we would have just kept the design the same. But now looking back at this like huge structure, it's almost about 800 square feet of decking that we have. It's just going to be an amazing space to entertain and just spend a lot of time out here. So it's totally worth it. Unfortunately now, instead of finishing up this deck, we have to change gears and put up the scaffolding so we can get this trim up on these windows. I know a lot of you have been upset that it's taken us this long, and now we finally have a proper platform so we can get that done. So changing gears, getting that done, but that's where we're going to leave you for this episode, and we appreciate you guys all following our journey, and we'll see you next time.